Hi everyone, today I have a friendship theme card with a watercolor background using distress inks. So to start out with, I took Tim Holtz watercolor cardstock and cut it to 3.5 to 3.5 to create a square card. Then I'm going to take my craft sheet and smudge some distress inks onto it. I'm using Ripe Persimmon, Salty Ocean, and Picked Raspberry, just because they coordinate well. If you use, it's best to use like a color wheel or whatever to pick your colors out so they don't create a mud looking color. So I'm just picking up some Salty Ocean, then swiping that across. And I'm using a 3/4 inch flat brush from Ranger. I picked up a pack of these. It came with a bunch of different size brushes. So I'm going to take my heat gun to just dry that real good, just to make sure it's really dry before I heat emboss on top of it. Now I'm taking this Handwritten Sentiments by Jelly Bean Soup. I'm taking the stamp that reads, Friends make the world a better place. I just thought this was a very cute sentiment to put on this card. And I'm going to be using VersaFine Onyx Black ink. First I'm going to take my EK Success powder tool to make sure I get the embossing powder where I want it so it doesn't stick everywhere else. Get the stamp good and inked. And this was the first time I was using the stamp, so it was giving me a little trouble inking up. Stamp that down. And I just love how the VersaFine ink is so crisp once you stamp it. So now I'm taking some clear embossing powder by Recollections and just sprinkling that on there. Flicking off any excess, and I'm going to heat set that. And you want to make sure to get your heat gun good and heated previously, maybe like 30 seconds before you bring it to your project, just so it melts it quicker and doesn't warp your paper. And then I decided to put a little heart, so I found this little heart from the Booyah stamp set by Lanvin. And many stamp sets comes with little hearts and designs, but this was the first stamp set that I came across, so I just went with it. And repeating the same process. Now I'm going to take my Permatac Glue Glider Pro and adhere my panel to some foam, some craft foam. It just saves, I just like using the craft foam rather than foam tape because it just saves so much foam tape. It's a lot cheaper to get a sheet of this, which it comes in a huge sheet you get for $1 from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm going to adhere that to a pre-cut brown card base that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I trimmed the card base to be 4x4 and to create a top folding card. And to finish it off, I put a scattering of sparkling clear Pretty Pink Posh sequins and adhered them with Tombow Mono multi-glue. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for weekly videos.